Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. We are having our weekly review. It is episode 214, and I cannot believe that I am now on the other side of a trip where we finally, after 8 years, went back to our hometown, so to speak, and took care of all of our belongings that have been in storage for all that time. And then we've even returned here and have been back a little over a week. I ended up getting a cold, then Hub got my cold. We have recovered from that even. So, I'd like to review the very few coloring pages that were finished during this time. Although, we still managed to get through quite a few sets of pencils. So, the cupcakes were done while I was gone. I used 4 different pencil sets. A 5th pencil set was introduced when I got home. And then the teapot with the teacups I worked on all this week with the Black Widows, which are fabulous and, as you can see, are very vibrant. So the top row of cupcakes, if we start on that side, was done with the 36 Prismacolors that I brought with me to my mom's. The second row is the Kalour 120 that my mom owns. The third row is started with the Brutfuner 180, and I finished these 3 with my Brutfuner 520. And then I did one using the Staedtler, this bottom left one, I did with the Staedtler 48. They actually were very nice. My mom was telling me how she found that she would sharpen them and they would they would crumble. But when I used them, they worked very nice. Then when I got home, I decided, well, before I left even, I did some research and decided to buy a small set of barrel era Prismacolors from the 1980s. 1986, in fact, to go with the only 2 pencils that I ever had as colored pencils back in college. So I think this whole page came out great. I will say that down here toward the bottom I got very pink and probably should have changed up the colors a little bit more, but I didn't want to make the whole page matchy-matchy, so I kind of did each cupcake as an individual. And remember, when I was at my mom's, she picked colors. So she was picking colors, and then at the end, I was picking colors, so this is not necessarily meant to be a cohesive, color-coordinated set of cupcakes. Do I have a favorite set? The one that looks the best to me is the Kalour 120. Maybe it was just color choices. Between my mom and I, the colors balance out the best in that row. But I found all of the pencils that I used on this page very pleasant. So again, there were 6 sets of pencils. 7? Let's see. Prismacolor 36. Kalour 120. All the way across. Brutfuner 180. Brutfuner 520. Staedtler 48. Barrel 52 colors, I think, is how many I ended up with. And both of my colors, with the used set that I bought from eBay, both of my colors were in the set. Very pleasant, very nice to be able to, late at night, after working so hard during the day, and it was hot while we were there, so it was not, there was only 1 or 2 days that were kind of overcast, cooler days. It was in the high 80s, low 90s the whole time we were there. So now let's move on over to the teapot and teacups page. I really like how it came out. I loved the Black Widows. The colors I chose, I think keeping this page having a matched set of colors on every element worked really well. I almost went off and did more colors, but I'm really glad I didn't. And I'm happy not doing a background, and I'm happy not doing anything fancy with the little bit of kind of the percolating stars coming out. I just think it looks very sweet. So I will get photography of these 2 pages up. I want to go backwards a little bit. I just want to reiterate that way back over a month ago, these were the pages I was working on, and I have logged these. This was Pablo's. These were my second attempt at glass jars, large ones. The previous glass jars, I had done 2 very small ones. Here, my very first one was this snow globe. Was not very happy with that, but I was very happy with how these small jars came out. So I have now successfully managed to do glass containers 3 times, each getting a little bit more and more difficult and challenging. So now moving ahead, I am very close to the middle of the book. I've got this big fish. The big fish, I have a clipboard here that I've already mapped out my next sets. I'm going to use the set that came out via my random number generator. Did not work for me because it was Brutfuner macaron, and I didn't want to have a full page being all pastel. So I took, these ducks are also big scenes, but I was okay with the colors for that, which I will, or the sets for that. So I swapped, I have this each 4 scenes, so 4 different rows. The first row is supposed to be Kalour 180 red tin. The 3.8 millimeter black barrel ones. So I swapped this set out with this set so that this whole page did not have to be the macarons. And the ducks are going to be pastel tints on the top, Castle Arts, and Crayola 100 on the bottom. We will be here at the 4 rows, which is the very middle of the book. After I finish that row, I will walk us back through the first half of the book. We'll do a flip through. I didn't want to go all the way back through until I hit the middle. That's a goal. So I'm looking at my schedule, and I believe for next week I should be able to finish this full page and possibly both the ducks. So again, my purpose for coloring is to color a little bit every day to relax late in the afternoon while Hub is taking his nap, so that I get my downtime. I have a bad back injury, and so I try to stay very busy and active, but every early evening my back appreciates the break. So we color for about 45 minutes. And the last thing I wanted to share for the weekly review is, in addition to my coloring in this book plan, I have my big series, which I've managed to finish 1 page in, and that's in the Erie First Tale, Romantic Country. So I need to go pick 3 more images for you guys to choose from, and I want to go through that whole rotation of having you guys choose the page. Then from the page we will choose from 3 different pencil sets, and then I will get started on that. And I have a small update on my channel, which I am growing, and I've had 2 short breaks that I've had to take. And as you can imagine, when you take breaks, you do end up losing you get the momentum going, and then you do get in the algorithm, and so you appear in more places and people are clicking and they come see your content, and then they subscribe or they don't. So this week I do have very good views and watch time. I am at 57% more than the previous 7 days, and 56% more for watch time, and my watch hours for the last 365 days is over I think 5,000. So the minimum to be monetized is 4,000. So I'm way over that minimum now. I hit that 2 months ago, I think. And subscribers is, of course, now the long pole. And because of my inconsistent posting over the last month, my subscribers for last week was 10, and that actually was 47% less than the previous 7 days before that. So the 7 days before that, I think I had 18. So I will be hitting the ground running this week, making myself be very consistent in my daily colors, and hopefully I will have no more setbacks. I will have my parents coming. Their house has an offer on it. It is being inspected this week. Some of the things are already done for closing in the end of September. So when they come, I already anticipate that against my wishes, there will be things that come up, and I will probably not be able to do the daily color the 6 days a week that I prefer to do. And because I will have family here, and we will be running around trying to get them situated. They're going to stay in our fifth wheel until they find a home to buy. So it'll be fun though. I'm excited for it. So that is all I have for this week. I would love to know your thoughts. Leave any of your comments. Love to interact with everybody. I thank everybody for the comments that I have received and the encouragement as I go through having a busy time in my life, and do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and consider subscribing. And yep, we are going to do this all again tomorrow, starting over with a new week and this big fish page that is going to be colored with the Kalour Black Barrel 3.8 millimeter red tin with a deer on it. And we will see you then.